What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today Twitter is dying right before our very eyes, and that is a huge W in my eyes because I hate Twitter. I've always hated Twitter, and I tried for a long time to actually get kicked off of Twitter. It finally happened. I don't even know why, though. I don't know why my account was suspended, but it has been suspended. They've never given me an official reason why my Twitter account was suspended. Now, we still have Twitter accounts for Geeks and Gamers and Gaming with Geeks and all of that. And I still think it's beneficial from that standpoint if you're using it just to post information. But when I had my personal account, I would basically just fight with weirdos all day long, and I'm finally away from all of that nonsense. When it comes to our Geeks and Gamers accounts, we don't really interact with people. We don't respond to a lot of the hate out there. We just post and go about our day, and it really doesn't matter. But Twitter is dying right before our very eyes. We saw, about 5-6 months ago, PewDiePie with 15-20 million followers, and he just nuked his Twitter one day. And then yesterday, Jeremy from the Quartering, he announced he's leaving Twitter. I hope he sticks to that. And now we're seeing a lot of nonsense going on with Twitter today, where Twitter has censored Donald Trump and puts Don Jr. in the penalty box. Now, I'm not going to name any of the specific reasoning because that's just not something that YouTube is a fan of, so I'm not going to mention the beer bug and all of that other stuff either, but clearly we are seeing a lot of nonsense going on. Also, my good buddy Quarter Black Garrett has also been locked out of his Twitter for the same thing that Don Jr. and the President of the United States have been censored for. It is absolutely crazy what is going on Twitter. And you ask, well, where should we go? Where should we go? Well, I don't really have an answer for you other than go to geeksandgamers.com, but that's not a comparable solution to Twitter at this point. We're working hard to try and continue to build our platform over there, but it's going to take some time. For the time being, I'm on Parler. So if you're on Parler, you can go follow me over there. I have my personal account, and then I also have one for Geeks and Gamers. So you can go follow Geeks and Gamers on Parler, and you can follow me on Parler, and a few people from my team are over there. I don't really spend much time on Parler. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't spend much time over there. I'll post some stuff here and there. But ultimately, social media as a whole is really just draining, and I don't really have a lot of time or interest for social media. It just drags me down. It just takes time away from my day where I could be creating content or coming up with ideas to continue to build Geeks and Gamers. But ultimately, I'm not really interested in social media as far as being on it constantly all day long. If you want to remain on Twitter, that's totally your call. I have no problem with that. But recently, Jack Dorsey has even announced some type of, I guess, Twitter Prime, where I guess they're looking for a paid subscription because they're not making money right now because Twitter is a disaster. It is a trash fire. And the more they continue to try to censor people and the more that they try to silence people that don't line up with their political narrative, then this is going to continue to happen. Yeah, shockingly enough, people are tired of being censored on your platform, Twitter. Isn't that a big shocker? How are you not understanding of this? These people, these Silicon Valley people, live in such a weird bubble, in such a demented reality, and they really think Twitter is the real world. They think it's real life. They think it represents the real world, and it doesn't. It's a trash fire. It's garbage. And again, if you're on there and you enjoy it and you make the most of it, more power to you. I'm not saying you have to leave or you should leave. I'm just making an overall statement about the state of Twitter and how it is trending down, and it's trending down very, very quickly, and it's because of the way they are running the site. If you remember, about a year ago, Tim Pool actually confronted Jack Dorsey, and I think it was his lawyer, on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Tim Pool absolutely annihilated Jack and Twitter. I mean, just destroyed them and exposed their blatant hypocrisy and their blatant bias, and they didn't have answers for anything Tim Pool was throwing at them. Now that we're heading towards an election here towards November, it's obvious that Twitter is doing everything they can to continue to push things in the direction that they want them. And because of that, they are losing a lot of momentum, rightfully so in my opinion. But again, if you guys want to, you can follow me over on Parler. You don't have to. I'm not on there all day long. My primary focus right now is geeksandgamers.com and all of our other YouTube channels like Park Hopping, Gaming with Geeks, Sports Wars, and this main channel, obviously. Those are my focus right now. But any support you're willing to give us is greatly appreciated, and any support that Twitter is losing is always appreciated because Twitter is absolute garbage. Twitter is not real life. I heard Clay Travis the other day explain Twitter as one of those carnival funhouse or the circus funhouse mirrors. You know, when you get in front of those mirrors and it distorts reality and it gives you a false sense of what you're looking at. That is what Twitter does. Twitter gives you a false sense of reality. It does not represent the real world. It does not represent real life. But the people that are on there, the blue checkmark brigade, they seem to think that it accurately describes the real world. And that is a serious problem. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Twitter. And we will talk to you later.